Welcome again. You are watching Hot Prospects, where we discuss how to turn your lead generation into a burning inferno. Marty Devine, the realtor who rides. Marty, anybody who knows you knows that you have a mission. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I've been an agent for a while, and a few years ago, you know, I knew I needed to focus on a why and a give back, um, and through life's happenings, life circumstances, I came across so a veteran nonprofit charity called Mission 22, and Mission 22 started 10 years ago with 22 veterans a day committing suicide.
Hmm.
So, um, so I actually came across this charity in Daytona Beach at Bike Week. Friday that it ends.
Talking about
There's
bicycles, Marty?
motorcycles, brother,
Oh,
motorcycles.
I see.
So,
I could just see you out there with a banana seat and a flag hanging off.
oh yeah, man. No,
Bling,
that's about 40, 50 years ago.
bling.
But yeah, it's so yeah. So I came across Mission 22 for the very first time then, 2 years ago, and did some diving into it. And 85-90% of the money that comes in goes to programs to prevent veteran suicide, and it's not just for the veterans, active military as well, but it's also for their spouses, ex-spouses, and families. So they're tied in with other veteran charities, and it just made sense. So I've integrated it, into my why, into my marketing. So I actually made cards that are poker chips, that have my contact information on one side and Mission 22, Georgia State Ambassador on the other. So I network, within the community, in that respect. And anybody that knows me or is around me knows that I have a heart for that. And I meet people in a different way. I network in a different way, and obviously, in order for me to give back to this charity, or any charity, I have to continue to sell property. So, and I've met folks that are in the hopper. I met a gentleman last week. He was Marines in the during Vietnam, and handed him off a poker chip. And he said, "You know what? I got a piece of property up in LJ I need to sell. Families all moved out of the area, and we're in conversation. So it does lead to it. Of course, it's when you focus on a why like this, yes, business is important. We have to continue it, but this also affects lives. And some of the connections that I've made from it are, you know, it's okay that I'm not going to get a lead or business from you because it's affected in a way that's beyond business.
Hmm.
I think that's really, at the end of the day, that's really important.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic, and it's a wonderful charity. And the mission that you're on, it does good for others, and it makes others feel good by doing business with you, knowing that you're giving a portion of your commission to charities. Um, I want to do another video just about your poker chip idea, so don't tell us any more about that. I want to surprise everybody with because I think that's awesome, and it deserves its own to be spotlighted.
Sure.
But I want to go further into what you're talking about with your big why and your mission. So first of all, you like riding motorcycles, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you go ride motorcycles with other people.
Of course, yeah.
So you're networking while you're doing something that is extremely enjoyable for you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it doesn't feel like work.
No, no, it doesn't. And
It feels like the opposite, right?
oh yeah, and there are those days. And if you'd asked me 20 years ago, would I be, showing property, going to listing appointments, riding a motorcycle? I'd have said you're nuts. But now it's something that I do on a regular basis, and yeah, it's who I am, and like, hey, hashtag realtor that rides, that's me. I've had friends see me, going to put a sign in the yard. I've got it strapped to my bike. The post sign comes apart. I got the tour pack on the back where I can strap that down, and hey, as I'm riding, people are seeing my sign. Look at that guy.
Where's he
So
going?
yeah, when I make sure if I'm going to be putting a sign up or I'm putting up an under contract sign that's it's going to be a nice day, and I'm going to take an opportunity, and meet some neighbors. They're going to hear me coming and going. They're going to see
Hmm.
this guy. Who's this guy out there? I pulled up the one just a couple of weeks ago in Bridgemill. This gentleman walks up to me. Go, oh, that's interesting. I see, I'm the agent. No kidding. So, and I'm putting the sign in the yard. And, we have a good conversation. So,
And so hold
just
on a sec. So you have a group of friends that knows more friends that are all into the same hobby, which is riding motorcycles.
yeah,
There are a lot of veterans and families of veterans that are in that circle.
right.
And so you go on group riding together?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I do. As a matter of fact, coming up at the end of the month, on September 30th, there's a fourth annual memorial ride for Sergeant Matthew McCarthy, um, and I cut my teeth as an ambassador, on the second annual ride 2 years ago. He committed suicide July 31st of 2020. His wife spearheaded that first ride just 2 months after. His birthday is actually 9/11. So, but yeah, doing and so I'm doing this ride, helping her as an ambassador. And in the meantime, I've networked not only through my sphere, so people know what I'm doing. Integrate that into my my email marketing that goes out. People know that I have this event coming up. I invite people to it. Not everybody rides a motorcycle, but this event is not just for motorcycles. It's that you got a Jeep, come on out. You got a truck, come on out. You got a Dodge minivan, come on out. Doesn't matter.
But you have to have a motorcycle sticker
Yeah.
on the minivan.
Right. Yeah. That's it. So yeah. So and I've obviously prospecting through businesses too. And raising sponsorships and stuff, and putting myself in front of people that way. For instance, in my travels, one of the places I love to go is Simplify Bar and Grill. Veteran owned, husband and wife, Ralph and Carrie. They're both Marines, um, and they've invited me to do something that you invited me to do, and doing a podcast. And here we are, Hot Topics. They have a thing called Live Fire, so I'm going to be doing a podcast with them next week and an interview. And obviously they're gonna broadcast that out. Talking about my why and my business. We're interlinked here. Not just I'll be able to send that out to my into my database and my sphere, but I'll hit in theirs too, and to be able to affect lives.
Okay,
So
so let me ask you this then. So let's say that you are at one of these events or even not. I mean, the thing is, like, you get together with friends, you go ride motorcycles together, you go get something to eat, you go drink beers. You're actually enjoying your life, hanging out with people you enjoy, you like. And in the meantime, you're also networking the entire time. And how does it go when you are networking with these folks or even with somebody outside of this group and you tell them about your mission? What is their reaction?
um, uh, people are really receptive of it, and especially the veterans that I come across, and some it hits home more than others. There was a gentleman that I met a few weeks back. where I handed him one of these poker chips, and in the military, they have challenge coins. So and to a few of them that I know a few guys that they carry they carry it with them because they've lost brothers to suicide. So so that connection is cool. And will I remain as somebody who they end up doing business with? Time will tell. So because it's something that is relatively new for how I'm approaching my business. But yeah, it's quality of life. I gotta you gotta do what you do and enjoy it. And when I'm able to combine, my networking and my prospecting while riding a motorcycle, yeah, nothing better.
Yeah, I mean,
Nothing better.
yeah, I mean, who can complain about that? Unless you
Yeah,
don't like riding motorcycles, I guess.
right, right. That's not for everybody. So, and that's okay.
Well, neither is selling real estate, but
That's right.
they all seem to try, Marty.
That's right. You got to stay upright. Got to
Well,
stay upright.
I think that's really awesome that you have such a mission and that you have gone way out of your way in order to broadcast that mission and let everyone who you meet know this is what I'm doing. Come be part of this. You can support my mission by simply doing real estate business with me as well. You don't have to, but when you do, it helps support my mission as well.
Right.
And that's a powerful
100%.
message. It's a very powerful message.
Yeah. 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 And and it's and I'll give you kind of a funny story. Last year when I was out prospecting, and so networking for the third annual ride, I was coming through Rome, and a beautiful day like it is out today. Um, and I was kind of getting it, and come up over, it was on the 4 lane divided. Come up over, and I see a motorcycle cop sitting off to the right. I look down, and yep, I'm speeding. So he pulls me over. Um, I immediately get over it because I knew he had me, and I want to say I was definitely was around that 20 mile an hour mark, of over the speed limit. And he as soon as he pulled me over, he said, "Man, I apologize, man. I'm gonna have to give you a ticket." So, and we had brief interaction. But he immediately knocked it down to where I was like 8 miles or 9 miles an hour over instead of almost 20. And I took that opportunity to. I didn't have my chips at that time, but I had information on Mission 22, and said, "Hey, I'd like to invite you to this ride that's coming up." And sure enough, we had a little interaction there, and he said that their department in Rome lost 4 guys to suicide the
Hmm.
previous year. And that hits home. So, um, and then I met him again about 2 weeks later at Southern Devil while he was getting his Rome bike worked on, and we had a really good conversation. That wasn't official, but it was.
So he's
But it
bought
was
7 houses from you since then,
not
right?
yet, not yet, not yet. But he is in the database though.
That's
but,
good.
he, but he is in the
And
database.
and just so anybody who's listening, you're not talking about Rome, Italy. We're talking about Rome, Georgia.
Home, Georgia. Yeah,
Yeah, in Georgia, we have a Rome, we have an Athens, we have a Cairo.
that's right.
We've got the international thing checked off. Marty, this is an awesome mission that you have. And anybody who wants to know more about this, how can they get in touch with you or how can they participate?
Well, you got my website there, divineviberealty.com. When you land there, it tells you a little bit about my why. So that's a great way to reach me. And of course, my cell phone number that I've had since 1995, 770-633-1220. Call me, so I will answer. If I don't, that means I'm probably riding.
So you're telling me that you're a real estate agent who answers the phone and
Yes, yeah, you
you
got to
ride
be,
a
man.
motorcycle?
You got to be, unless it comes through as spam, because I get so many darn phone calls that say spam. Those are weeded out. But yeah, if you call me and I don't answer, I'm probably riding, especially if it's nice out, or I'm on the phone with somebody else. But I will definitely call you back. You
That's
might
good.
get the immediate text that says I'll call you back, because that's, I'm able to do that. I can do that while I'm riding. But
Sure.
yeah, but I don't answer phone calls while I'm riding. I don't have that capability. I don't want it.
It's such an important mission that you have. It serves the community in a way that most don't ever even get close to. Veteran suicide is a big deal.
Yeah,
These are the men and women who have gone off to defend our nation, and they have an illness, and
sure.
you and others are attempting to help them, and it's a very noble thing, Marty. And to donate part of your commission to spread awareness, to you know my hat's off to you, Marty. I'm not
Yeah.
wearing a hat, but if I was, I would take it off.
Yeah, and now yeah, I'll just tell you, the why to that why, because my mom remarried when I was 8, and my stepfather was a Vietnam Navy veteran, and just 2 years later, he was diagnosed with terminal cancer. Is all they gave it, and then he passed away in '78. He was only 32.
Hmm.
And I saw my mom struggle with alcoholism and depression. And in 1992, she took her life. Just so
Hmm.
happens that my mom was a real estate agent. So I got my license originally and sold with her for a minute back in 1989. I was still in my 20s. So yeah, it made sense when I came across Mission 22, and the fact that it was for veterans and their spouses, and all that. It made sense. So yeah, that's the why behind my why. One of them. So I mean, there's a couple others, but that's pretty big. So
So, Marty, would you be offended if other agents out there who are listening to this were also to grab this as their big why?
oh gosh, no, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's, anybody that feels led to serve in that respect. Mission22.com. We need ambassadors. Um, right now there's only one Georgia state leader, and of course I've been asked a couple of times to step up to that, but I just don't have the time that I know that it needs. But we need more ambassadors. We need more people to step up. So, oh yeah, gosh, yes. Well, anybody that wants to come in and be a part of it, it's, welcome to open arms. So yeah, for sure.
I just realized there's also a Dublin, Georgia. I just remembered.
Dublin, it's right. There is.
There's a Dublin. It seems like you might be from Dublin with that hat.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I got these are my favorite hats, man. Live lucky. So black clover hats, man. I got them in all colors. So, yeah, very comfortable.
Well, Marty, thanks for sharing that with us. If you out there listening have enjoyed this conversation or found value in it, or you want to connect with Marty, please do so. The Mission 22 is a good thing to be a part of. Share this video with your friend. Get in touch with Marty. We'll be back. We'll do another video. You're not going anywhere, are you, Marty?
No, sir. We'll be
All
here.
right. All right. See you next time.